One of the things that this book does is to help us understand some of the things that science has been teaching us that call into question some of the things that we've believed. And so I wrote this book to not only to answer my own questions, but so that I could be in dialogue with other people. The title of this book comes from an incident that happened after Buffalo, New York had been destroyed in the War of 1812. And there was a group of Quakers that were discussing the new canal that the government wanted to build, called the Erie Canal. Most of the people sitting there said, well, if God had wanted a river to flow through there, God would have put one there. After some silence, one man stood up and said, "And Jacob digged a well." One of the questions that this book deals with is, what is natural? Because some of the things that we say are natural, or some things that we say are unnatural, like a dam. We humans build dams, and that's called unnatural. If beavers build dams, that's called natural. There are so many people today that talk about if it was God's will, this would be, and they talk a lot about God's will. And the thing is that a lot of things rely on us and not necessarily on God. I wrote this book because of personal struggle that I was going through, trying to put together what I was learning from science, from all the reading that I was doing in science, and some of the struggles that I was having with my own personal faith. And I was talking with more and more people who were struggling with their faith and wanting to know, how can I possibly believe in the 21st century some of the things that the church has taught me in the past? One of the questions that we deal with in the book is, did Jesus die for your sins? Did God actually do these things? Or are those part of the stories that we've grown up with that help us to explain some things, only if we don't take them literally. If we take them literally, we just kind of walk over a cliff. And so the book tries to deal with that. One of the issues that has been on people's minds for almost 200 years now is the whole idea of evolution in God. And what does that mean for what we believe if we accept evolution? So in order to help answer that question for them and as well as for myself, I began doing the research. I began doing some of the hard thinking in terms of what I believed and how my own beliefs were changing. This book also calls into question some of the basic beliefs that we have because of what we know from science. And science helps us to understand that.